Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys new here my channel, my name is Alison and welcome back to my channel. So if you guys like to watch foundation review, make sure to subscribe down below because I'll be reviewing a lot of different foundation, and make sure you guys subscribe and like this video, and let's get started on the review. As you can tell on the title, this week we'll be testing out a new launch foundation from Tarte. This is a Tarte High Performance Natural Shape Tape Matte Foundation. And guys, there's a lot of bad news on this foundation because of the swatches that they have and the shade that they launch. And if you guys still want to know what happened to their new launch and why people have been talking about rumors and bad things about this brand, I would say definitely check out James Charles video on this foundation review. He talks it a lot better than I do, and he talks fast, but then it's very clear on point that what happened on this foundation that Tarte has released. So I'm just gonna put their swatch here and show you guys what are the shade range that they coming out with on this matte foundation. And now that it is 2018, and I don't think it's okay that they only have 2 shades for women of color, and I don't know how it feels for women of color if they like this foundation, they want to try it out, but then there's no shade for them to try out. And Tarte released 15 shades on the matte foundation and another 15 shades on the hydrating foundation, and they promise there are 5 more shades coming on each foundation. But then honestly, 5 shades, I don't think it's enough for women of color who want to try this foundation. Even though you just only release those 5 shades in women of color, it still doesn't enough. And the reason I purchased this specific foundation because I genuinely like their Tarte Shape Tape. I love that so much, and I really hope they come up with a foundation. I've been dreaming about that, and now it's my dream come true, and I just really have to purchase it because I've been dreaming this foundation since they launched their Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And I still want to review this product because I purchased it on the first day on their launch, and I still want to try this out because this is like my dream come true product, and I still want to share with you guys if this is worth the hype, even though they don't have many shades out there. And I know a lot of YouTubers have been saying they are not using this foundation before they launch more shades, and I know that's a lot of drama going on, but I already purchased it. I still want to try it out and let you guys know how I feel about this product. This is what the bottle looks like. It has a frosty finished glass bottle, and it's just a really simple design. It says Tarte Double Duty Beauty, and on the cap it's just like the concealer cap with a pattern on. The applicator, it has a dovet applicator. It just looks like the concealer one but in the bigger size. So like I started on trying this foundation, and I got 2 shades here because the swatches, they all look the same. They look very similar and very light and neutral, so I have to pick up 2 shades and see what matches on my skin tone. So here I have picked up light, medium, neutral, and medium neutral. This is what the shade looks like. This is medium neutral, and this is light medium neutral. And obviously medium neutral looks very tan on me, so I'm gonna just go with the light medium neutral and hope this works on my skin tone. For primer today, I'll be using the Remove Stay Matte Primer. Moving on applying this foundation, I'll be using a damp sponge. So while I'm applying this foundation, let's talk about what foundation this is and what it does to my skin. So this is a foundation that retails for $39 on Sephora website. It comes in only 15 shades on each foundation, on the hydration one and on the matte foundation, and it comes with 1 fluid ounce, I believe. Yeah, it comes with 1 fluid ounce and 30 milliliters, and that is what typical foundation comes in. And this is a vegan and oil-free foundation, full coverage foundation, I have to say that. And the formula absorbs oil as shine while leaving skin careless, hydrated, free of flakiness and cakiness. So this foundation is definitely sounds like it's good for oily skin, and it absorbs your oil at the same time it hydrated your skin. So that's a claim right there. I'm applying this foundation. I can tell this foundation it's settled very fast, so you have to work fast on this foundation. And I can tell that this foundation is oxidizing because the color it changed, it's different, it's darker when I apply it. You can tell here when I apply it's a lot lighter than what it sets on my face. I'm just gonna blend it down to my neck just to match the shade. Now let's check in. The time is 12:41. So this is when my foundation put on my face, and we'll check in later with my full face makeup on. Hi guys, I'm back with the full face makeup on, and now the time is 1:04 p.m. And I would say this foundation, it has been settled on my skin and it looks super matte. So this is something that you have to be aware of, because if you guys do have dry patches, you guys will not like this foundation. And this foundation, it really only meant to oily skin people who used it, because it just really matte. It clings to the pores, and on my lower chin area it just looks very matte, and I don't know if I'm liking the texture and the finish of it. And I would say this foundation, it's medium to full coverage. You can build it up to full coverage, but it's not necessary that it gives you a full coverage right away. And I feel like it does cover up my acne scar and the redness pretty well, and that I have to give a thumbs up for that. So here I'm just gonna zoom you guys in and see how it looks on my face. So I would say on the texture area, now that I don't have a lot, it's looking pretty good, but it's very matte again. I really don't like how it looks on my nose area, like around my nose. It just clinging to the pores that I have on my nose. And if you do have fine line, I don't know how this work on your face, because it's just so matte and so dry. Even though when I smile, you can see a little fine lines when I smile. This is what it looks like on the close-up, and if you guys do have large pores, again, texture face, you might have to exfoliate first before using this foundation. I'm gonna check back with you guys in 4 hours and see how it reacts with my natural oil, and I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, I'm back for the second check-in, and now the time is 4:45. So it has been 4 hours mark, and right now this foundation is still stay very matte, and even though it mixed with my natural oil, it still stays very matte. That it's really amazing, because I don't have any foundation that within that 4 hours mark I still don't have oil come through to my face. Even though I have to say I set it with my MAC Fix Plus, and that is something that it's more on the moisturizer side of setting spray that I usually don't use it, and I avoid it on my makeup routine. Today I'm using the setting spray because my face is just looking too matte, and I feel like setting spray, it kind of mixed with the foundation looks more natural on my face. In this 4 hours mark, it mixed with my natural oil, it definitely looked a lot more natural, but I feel like it stayed on my nose pretty cakey. And I'm just gonna zoom you guys in later on and see how it looks in general. And right now I feel like this foundation, it's just grabbing onto my pores, onto my skin, and it mixing it. I have foundation on my skin, even though you can tell far away it's not that natural on the skin. This is the close look. You can tell what I'm talking about on my nose area. It's just looking a little cakey right there. And I hope you guys can tell on the camera, and also on my chin area. And there's one thing I want to point out, it's the foundation. It feels like if you touch it harder, the foundation, it will take off easily, because I was just rubbing my chin area right here. I was just pointing this area how dry it is, and then I accidentally just poked my face, and my foundation, it just rub off easily off my face. So this is something that you'll be aware of, not touching your face during the day if you're out and about. I don't know if you guys can tell, this foundation, it oxidized a lot. It looks darker than when I apply it. If I put a shade right next to my face, you will know what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, it oxidized a lot. So this is something that you might be aware of if you're choosing what shade it match your skin tone. But then I can still work it out on my neck color, and even though it's summertime, I think it would be easier to wear it during that time. This is my second review, and I'll check back with you guys in another 4 hours later and see how this foundation will react and what's my final thought. And now the time is 9:15, so I have been wearing this foundation for 8.5 hours, and this foundation in the 8 hours, I would say it holds up pretty well on my oily skin, and usually with the 8 Hour Smart I usually do get oily with my other foundation, but this foundation, it does hold up my skin and control my oil come through. If you guys are out and about for the whole day, you don't have to worry about this foundation. It does get oily, or you have to take your blotting sheets out during the day. I have some cons on this foundation, and first of all, this foundation, it does look like you have a full coverage foundation on your face. You can tell that far away you have foundation on. It doesn't look natural at all. Second of all, I have the crease going on around my nose within that 4 Hour Smart. I already see it, and it's still staying the same on that 4 Hour Smart right now. Just looks like it's sinking to the lines around my nose. So if you guys have fine lines on your face, I don't know how it works on you. So the third cons I have is that this foundation, it does exaggerate your pores. So if you guys do have large pores, you might want to stay away on this foundation. Including tax on this foundation, it retails for $42 in total, and I would say this is considered as a high-end foundation. And does it really amaze you? I don't think this foundation is worth to purchase it, but it's worth to try, because if you guys like the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, you guys know how excited they come up with a foundation. So this is something that you might have to think in yourself. I'm not gonna lie, this foundation, it does very good on controlling the oil throughout the day, but then if you want your skin to look flawless and just very natural, this is not the foundation for you. Because if you guys don't have flawless skin at the beginning to start with, I feel like this foundation, it doesn't really look nice on top on your face, because it does exaggerate your pores and it does crease around your nose area and on your chin area. And I don't think this foundation is meant to be using by itself. I feel like this foundation would be something that you mix it with another foundation that is not too matte, something that in the middle, and mixing with this foundation would be a perfect match. So I'll be trying out more on this foundation and mixing with my other foundation and try out if it does a better job. And also, following to the claims that they have, it does give you a full coverage. It's buildable. It doesn't necessarily that you have a full coverage look right away, and it doesn't smooth out pore and imperfection. I feel like it exaggerates those areas, and also it gives you an airbrushed full coverage. I'm not sure about that, because it doesn't look like it's an airbrush finish. It looks like you have foundation on your skin. And here they also claim a formula absorbs oil and shine, and I would say I have to agree with that, because it does a very nice job on absorbing the oil. It says it's free of flakiness and cakiness. I'm not sure about the flakiness because I don't have any peeling skin going on my face, but cakiness, I feel like it does cake up my face around my nose area, which I don't like. This foundation, with the claims that they have, it doesn't fully apply on my face. So here's my review on the Tarte Shape Tape, and I will let you guys decide it yourself if you think it is worth to purchase this foundation. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, and I do hope this video does help you picking on this foundation. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!